asida kesia pa say ene odo a mo ma yenti mode mo feeding to of course 101.7 FM to listen to the best entertainment show. I am Halifax Ansah Addo, your humble host. We are doing this all the way till 12. No need to waste time at all. I'm interviewing a living icon, a living legend, a man of many parts. And although I told him say maybe in the mic in 11, he's seated already. It means I got to behave well, make sure that by 11 king measure me LPM sname me intro ni bribia, and then we are good to go. So let me start with my usual announcement, and this one is coming from Perfect Man Kaftan. I've always told it a story about the man who did not dress well. You know, on any driver call baby, mama driver no mum remu, almost papa no on sell beer, you know, on Jimmy. Listen. On a more serious note, everything you wear tells a story. Every costume, every cloth you put on tells a story. The story you want to tell about yourself is what decides what you put on. In a nutshell, you dress the way you want to be addressed. So your appearance is very, 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 very critical. I repeat, every story, every cloth you wear tells a story about you. So the story you want people to know about you or tell about you decides the type of things you wear. When I see people say that, I wear anything, even if you are right, it also tells a story about you. I just wear anything. That is why we say that dress the way you want to be addressed. That is why I'm so happy about what Perfect Man, Kaftan, and their group are doing. So I'm with body shape, body frame, with physique, no more their palm, their fatal. But this type of things, let's just import in wholesale and say large, where large is large. Large sizes, every large is not large. We wear large, but we have different body shapes. They say, Yensusu, Nayan Pamu, Nayan Fatao, Nayan Ko.
Okay, 101.7.
So Rexoma is large, but he has a flat tummy or 6 packs. And they want to me if I Rexoma large, a fatano, now on farm obi to say wine po. DJ Bosco. DJ talks, you are putting me in trouble this morning. And I don't do me say on large. You get what I mean? So basically, Perfect Man Captain, or my dear friend, no bespoke, or more shell. No more pam de fata will kama. They are into everything men's grooming, from corporate wear to traditional wear to casual wear. Just call them now on 0244147212 or 0244440641, and you are good to go. And of course, I've always reminded you that your eyes are very important. Mean Ghanaians, sir. They are more interested in Diwema than their eyesight. Obi woho 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, or who eye doctor da. No, it's idea. Almost every driver I know, when his car lights gets faulty, he repairs it immediately. But you know your eyes, they are itching, they are watery. Sometimes it's because of the cost. Eye doctor. But White Stone Eye Clinic here program be. Almost your dear friend, no comprehensive eye examination. Try say everything about the eyes, from consultation to ocular examination to refraction to tonometry to visual field test to optical coherence, tomography to color vision testing, and the all this comprehensive thing almost deal with just 590 cedis and do 600 po. Dress 6 million and yet 10 cedis a free so for just 590 cedis. You are going to go through all this comprehensive eye examination. Madam for be a friend nene. Call White Stone Eye Clinic on 0242 251 983. 0242 251 983. Your eyes are priceless. You cannot replace them. Once they are destroyed, they are spare parts in you. And your eyes can even kill you if they are bad. You'll be driving. The guy on the other side puts on his highlights in your eyes. You don't know what to do in 3 accidents. You die and leave your beautiful wife. And talking about wives and eyes, I told you that story about the man who, the mother-in-law came to look for him. When the mother-in-law came, the man had gone to work, and by the time he came from work, his wife was having a bath, and the mother-in-law was lying on the bed, and because his eyes were not good, he thought the mother-in-law was his wife. And at the BCC, don't let this happen to you. Call Whitestone Eye Clinic 0242-251-983. And they even have, very ultra modern, stylish, durable frame with single vision lenses. You know, so much is for $690. Obviously, about your friend is your friend will be back.
Welcome to Best Entertainment Show with your host Halifax Ansah Addo on OK 101.7 FM. You are welcome to Best Entertainment Show with your host Halifax Ansah Addo on OK 101.7 FM.
Mabo nyami bakwe mabo media sumbiana mabo media sumbiana mabo
Welcome one more time to the Best Entertainment Show on OK 101.7 FM. Your humble host Halifax Ansah Addo is my name. Let me welcome my own Nene, then I go straight to start my interviews. Papa, you need the Nene Benete kwa conceptually penyin pa. His work with so many media houses. Nene Benete Akwaku was the Volta regional editor for the Ghanaian Chronicle in those days. That was when Volta and Oti was one big region. And I'm promoting Uba Accra as the national news editor and a daily guide for Pochino. He became deputy editor for Daily Guide. And then, of course, he started the News One newspaper. Then Nene worked for News One and new publisher for some time, and he retired from active journalism. See idea or a consultant on Ghanaian culture. Nene free ada any krobo. Nene ye Christo ni or sorry. Nene dear on pen kwada. Nene ye be my cool penny wana sorry. Words to Evangelical Ministry. Now the woman say, "Mashene na asin fi bebre adwuma wona na ase. Na mayen keno kranchi rade nduonyam. Menase adwuma ye de papa. Wo shene na ase ye adwuma, wo be feeli. Obie bribia e wona ase. Wow, the share adwuma ye wona ase. Nene. Mo akwa eja.
Ali.
Yeah.
Why a crama? My boss cry sonity.
Ona say once you mind working under you is pleasant.
Who they call?
And one of my guy.
You say boss cry, I can say now Halifax, you are something else.
Me come look, I'm speaking my truth.
Okay. Jali.
Any opening remarks?
Halifax say unam kroma. The only discussion almost everywhere. CD, $1, CD, $1.
Almost here.
And then a conversation all over the place.
Almost here. What is the issue?
We have two schools of thought.
Number one,
some say it is the CD that is stronger. Two, others say it is the dollar that is getting weaker. But for me, whichever way it is, whether it is the CD that is getting stronger or the dollar that is getting weaker, it is the ultimate that matters to me.
And what is the ultimate?
It is Papa na a ex-blind man na. You be starting to say, "Won't Jim this nipa ohili no or a Beelzebub na or use the hili was he well?" All I know is that some time ago I was blind. Now I can see. That's the most important thing to him. All we know is that the CD is getting better as against the dollar. But it also tells me it's a global thing. Halifax would say Trump will Saudi Arabia. Okohenra. He's seeking in Saudi alone. He's almost begging for $1 trillion to strengthen his economy. $1 trillion. from Saudi alone. Saudi said they'll give him 800 billion. I see they'll be up 1 trillion. Qatar is giving America 2 presidential planes because the Air Force One is getting weaker and the new one that is being built by Boeing is not yet ready. You know, and from there you go to other places. So if Ghana is in not in too much good shape as we wanted, let's wait a little bit. Things will be better. That's all.
Anyway, I was telling my colleagues in politics, but I'm happy you started from here because it lands me straight into my conversation with Mr. Rex Omar this morning. Okay. But let me respond. Nene, let us not only attribute the cedi strength to America-China issues. Okay. Say a global issue, how come the Naira is still falling? Yeah. Nigeria is just next door neighbor. They do more grow what you eat and don't import and export more. But their currency is still falling against the dollar some more. Their currency is dropping deeper. So if it is about the, US China tariff wars, and other countries are not benefiting from it, but our currency is going stronger, then it goes beyond just international factors. Then something right seems to be going on somewhere. That is the way I see it. But now this issue you brought about, say Qatar, America plane, and America call Saudi enra omokobobusia.
They deliberately called it a defense pact.
Now, one thing came to mind.
Okay.
One important thing. Say, the way you brand your country, the way you market your country, the way you package your country is very, very important. Okay. Because then if you go out on the streets today, and ask an average university student, SHS student out there, say, between Qatar and America, why never wine plane? Now, if I can say, na Qatar die. You get what I mean? Exactly. If we say, between these Saudis, between they and America, who should be asking who for dollars? Well, I thought it's the other way around. Then I asked myself, so Ghana, what are we doing? Do we have something beautiful that can attract by your marketing is ye ana? Okay. And I'm so happy the man himself is here this morning, Mr. Rex Osu Marfo, coordinator of the Black Star Experience, and of course he's a presidential staffer. Because the market so far is about brand positioning and marketing what you have. On that note, let me open this mic and welcome him. Uncle Rex.
Hey.
Mwakwaba.
Hey, Joseph, Halifax Ansah
Addo. Officially, let me congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
But I mean, we couldn't converse much. Congratulations. I mean, did you see it coming?
No, not really.
Toxic.
Not really. I didn't see it coming. Honestly speaking, it's like Obia Onimibia say my passionate when it comes to this culture things. I mean, I've been an advocate for a very long time, and to the extent say I've been saying say I went into frontline politics because of the creatives industry, culture and tourism, and so when NDC won the election, I expected say I may be called to do something, but I didn't know what and where. So if I tell you, say, a secretariat will be created at the presidency for me to be called to handle the Black Star Experience, I didn't know. It just came to me as a surprise.
If it hadn't come, if you had not been appointed, would you have been surprised?
Not really, because I've been an NDC member since 1992. Obi Onimibia say I've been part and parcel of NDC, but this is the first time I've been in government. I mean, we've come into government, we've gone out of government, but I've never been appointed to do anything in government, and I've never been bitter. And I didn't say because I'm post to be an I'm contract to be an bintino. I'm going to be bitter and speak about it or whatever. I did what I did based on my principles I do politics of conviction. What I believe in. I'm a team player. I joined the team that I believe say omubit me abuama me dreams about true. So to me, it is something that I'm very grateful for the confidence the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has reposed in me. But obi oni mi bi anso nim say ofa me o ma me post o ama me post o, I'll still do what I have to do because I've been doing that for so many years.
So, what is the strategy? Are you combining this with active commercial music, or you are shelving music for a while? But still, if you will show up about boy gigs and many, how is it going to be like?
Okay.
I think I shifted being a friend, say a career musician. I think from 15 years ago. So music now is a hobby to me, and then it's my passion. So as a musician, I'll always be a musician. And I mean, how nice it is if your hobby can even put food on the table. So I believe, President Mahama, when he was a president, he still wrote a book because he's a writer. So the fact that he appointed me to serve in the government does not stop me from being a musician. Now I still write my song. I still go to studio. If I have to release an album, I will release the album. If I have to perform, that performance will depend. If it doesn't conflict with my official office time, if it doesn't create a conflict of interest, I'm supposed to create jobs for the musicians. If that performance emanates from my office, I will not do it. If some private person is doing something, wants me to perform, it doesn't conflict with my official duties, why not? I'm still a musician. I'll do it.
That is a lot of sacrifice you are putting out there, Uncle Rex.
I have been sacrificing all my life.
Yeah, because you see, this Black Star experience thing and visits Ghana and whatnot will come with a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
So if you are saying that, say yes, a conflict of interest, you would rather stay out. That is a lot of sacrifice.
Can you imagine that Black Star Experience Office has created a platform? Now being who the coordinator on the stage performing, I mean, what signal are you sending? Are you using government office to benefit yourself? Because when you perform, you'll be paid.
True.
And your work is to work to create opportunities for others. That is why a government will use taxpayers' money to pay you. So you, that is supposed to be there creating opportunities for young people and other people. One person who stage in so perform it's a conflict of interest. I will never, ever do any such thing. No matter how much are we paid, I will not do it. These
are some of the sacrifices people out there do not see, or they do not even avert their mind to that.
Let me give you a simple example. Even when I became the chairman of GAMRO, and GAMRO is in the constitution, you are not being paid. So for the almost 7 years I'm here chairman of GAMRO, nobody paid me a dime. The only thing they give me is a fuel. And some
insults.
And so a lot of insults. And by the virtue of me being the GAMRO's chairman, I lost almost 1 million cedis from gigs because of Semia GAMRO chairman. They see my name, they cancel it. Why? Because I led GAMRO to take telcos to court. And most shows in Ghana are being sponsored by telcos. This is okay. So they see my name in the gig. They will not say GAMRO has taken them to court. Rexoma.
They'll personalize it.
They personalize it and cancel my name. So somebody called me and said, Rex, now they are yes, telco for. And I'm so, I don't know what I've done to them. I'm saying, why? I say, anytime we are doing a gig and we put your name in it, they cancel it. So I decided to find out. Just to find out, so I'm say, my lady GAMRO, the Omako court. So I counted the shows I may lose here. More than 20 shows. These are some of the sacrifices if you decide to lead. And to me, I believe, one day, maybe after I'm dead and gone, Ghanaians will know what I came to do. Maybe that's my calling. I'm happy to be part of people who created more opportunities, who also worked hard for the creative industry to be recognized by the state. I'm happy. And I'll be more happier than to make money for myself rather than to create opportunities for as many people as possible. Don't forget, say as an artist at my prime, I decided to sacrifice and serve the industry. I could have chosen to stay in Europe. I had so many opportunities. But I realized that the opportunities I was being given out there, if say me june me nkwa me hona metina ho na me bomb gigs na me nya me sika na me bibia wi a, you come and you see young Ghanaian artists, not only musicians, fashion people, actors, actresses, and you couldn't do anything to better their lives. How would you feel? I mean, my nature, no, I can't stand those things. So I decided to get behind the administrative aspect of it. And when I got into the administrative aspect of it, I realized that a country called Ghana, the state Ghana, does not recognize the creative economy at all. And we have played, we've played lip service to the tourism, culture, creative industry for such a long time. And I realized either we get involved in politics and advocate so that policymakers will hear us and affect policy, or we'll be given the opportunity to serve with policies that can help to create the enabling environment for as many people as possible to be gainfully employed, being artist, fashion, actress, whatever, across board.
Interesting. In case you just tuned in, my guest is the man himself, Rex Omar. The full name is Rex Owusuma. For nobody calls him that anyway. We are Uncle Rex. I mean, I'm sure if you put $1 million out there and ask people who is a musician called Owusuma, Charlie. Uncle Rex is my guest today. He is a presidential staffer and, of course, the coordinator of the Black Star Experience. Uncle Rex can say or no dear from 92. And not start to say on Dom and DC in the politics so ye, and it is in the interest of the creative arts. And DC, you know what is it? This one. But Uncle Rex, 92, if I remember, we had just returned to multi-party democracy. Yeah. A lot of parties were springing up. Why the NDC? I mean, so we'll see. I'm going to join those who actually make the policy now influencing Nigeria. There was an MPP, there was Kube Tushwa. What was it? Is it PNC? There was the Eagle Party. That was 92. Quite a lot. Why the NDC? What about NDC attracted or believe you say NDC wait? Number to me, Abwa creative arts, the way Rex Omar envisioned it.
To start with, my father was a strong friend, say CPP.
Wow.
Compromised. And so check NDC and His Excellency former President Jerry John Rawlings. The policies any direction, no. Now it's like Social Democrats, I mean, even though he came as a military man, but he's the same person who also turned the country into democracy. And we share most of the people who troop into NDC, most of them have CPP background.
True.
Former President Tata Mills, Excellency John Dramani Mahama, all of them are CPP, they have CPP background. So
true.
NDC policies now is forced with CPP, which is Osajo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So it was a natural inclination, so there was no way I could have been part of MPP because my nature does not...
you don't go with a capitalist.
It doesn't go with a capitalist. Almost a brutal capitalism, and it doesn't work with me.
That is interesting. I would ask one more thing, and I come to my Black Star experience. Uncle Rex. Even in my 40s, we grew up watching you, dancing to your song, studying you. If I using you in those days, not copywriting, because we used to tour the secondary schools with your songs, performing your songs. But I mean, I found one name and in those days. You've gone through the mill. Now you are in active politics, and then you are now in. Why don't you write a book? Uncle Rex to tell the full story from an insider's perspective, not hearsay or be an observation. Why don't you write a book?
The book is written already, but I'm waiting for the right time to release it.
Oh, you've written a book?
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
It's about to. I'm waiting for the right time to release it, and every day, God reveal other side of me to me that I think say it is better say man release the book in time. It would have been premature. So every day God shows me other side of me that I didn't know myself. So as time goes on, I think the book will become even better. And I'm not going to write only one book. I have various titles that I want to deal with.
So that the other sequels and
I'm looking forward to bring other ones before I bring my own book.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Because we would want to know, from the Narcorex, what happened to nightlife in Accra, what has changed, and why suddenly there is no more live band we are all doing. Is it Fruity Loops, you guys call it? I mean, what happened? And then the struggle that,
I believe that the story of Rex Omah itself is a book.
Exactement.
And then my participation in the creative economy in Ghana, copyright issues, is another story altogether.
We can't wait.
It will come. Those books.
We can't wait. Anyway, so now let's go straight to my issues. Black Star experience. Because I have less than 45 minutes, let me ask the questions that are most critical to me, and then I now come to you to do the technical explanations. Let's be honest. At the end, so let's speak the truth. So Chris Safo used to sit here at the empty chair there, and I asked him, Safo, we are hearing you are doing something called Year of Return, Beyond the Return. How does it benefit the ordinary coconut seller on the streets? Because information ain't called down. What we heard by then was, it's not for you. It's for those we are inviting to come. See, are you Oyati? Then before eventually we started to sing down. The same thing. Black Star experience. So to that trot driver out here is here. Me mami I would 79 out Labadi. Your beautiful son who is, we see him on social media. How does it benefit us? To the ordinary, average, everyday Ghanaian Black Star experience, what do we stand to lose if this doesn't go through? What do we stand to gain if this goes through? What do we... F.I. Humbe?
Okay, I think this is a very important question.
Thank you.
In a nutshell, Black Star experience. Let's take the flag of Ghana. Red, gold, green. Red, moja ye nananum hwiegu ye edinya omai to homaye. That is what the red symbolizes.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow no ejina homa ye mineral resources gold nidimu penny. Green no ejina homa ye vegetation ye kwaye se bebo ho ban ne ye kwaye ye wo arable land. Black na won finfin no star no aye won finfin no eye me no mienu. Ain't yakasa Black Star, we are referring to every Ghanaian. The Black Star experiencer se uni obi edi kasubum.
Good.
So yen na Black Stars of Africa. And na ye invite we asin na se omuni embedi kasubum. So kasubum na ye si we asin ni emedi no. Sebe o frɛ hɔhoɔ sɛ o mesra wa. Found to my fee enchre no.
Baby.
You ada hɔhoɔ bɛsra no ada na wata de ba ko pekra na obe make sure say e neat so that hɔhoɔ no bɛsra wa na ni bɛgye ho na de bia pɛ sɛ obɛba wo nkyɛ. Ade nti na ye invite e wi ase nyina so mo mehwe o mesra yen. Sɛ de bɛyɛ a ombɛba ha. Ebinom bɛba bɛ spend o musika. Oba obɛda hotel obɛtɔ aduane adi. Obɛfa trɔtrɔ. Ebinom bɛba na ni gye ɔman no ho a sɛ de ɔba yɛ hɔahoa no nti ɔkɔkɔ ɔbɛka so otu abɛtena ha a bebra to abɛtena ha. Ebinom bɛba ɔmo de ɔmo nim de bɛba ɔmo bɛba bɛyɛ investment wɔ ha. These are the reasons why we are Black Star ɛsɛ sɛ obi bia obɛyɛ bia no hu sɛ we yɛ nsoroma a wodan so yɛmfa no nto nkyɛn. Black Star experience no yɛ kasa yɛ katwa to ne sɛ see Ghana, feel Ghana and enjoy Ghana. First, hunu Ghana. Na a friend say Gigana tum. Na a friend say jiwani e Ghana. The whole situation and they say Halifax may not way. If you don't see yourself, I can't see you.
True.
See yourself, and then not just see yourself. Believe in yourself. Have confidence in yourself. Embrace yourself and your culture and what you are. Seeing yourself means believing in your food, believing in your culture, believing in your clothing, believe in your way of life. Change your mindsets to embrace yourself. That is the only way another person will see you, i.e., the world will see you. They say, feel yourself. If you don't feel you, nobody will feel you. Enjoy yourself. If you don't enjoy Ghana, if you don't enjoy what Ghana is made of, if you don't enjoy our way of life, our food, our clothing, our everything, how would you expect other people to eat it? Where we are now in our country, everything Ghanaian is not good enough for the Ghanaian. So Black Star experience also has to do with changing of mindsets.
Okay.
When His Excellency John Dramani Mahama says, a friend say resetting, that is what it means. So let me read the actual mission of Black Star experience in English. Is to reaffirm, revitalize, reimagine the essence, identity, and the spirit of Ghana to attract people, investment, businesses into the Ghanaian economy. That is the mission of the Black Star experience. So put the sanema way in our bomwa. As say, yen sign share who we are. Let's each and every one ask yourself, say, what does it take to even be a Ghanaian? What makes us thick? What makes us unique? Say, Yanante after independence for a long time, I refi kakra who we are. So we Ghana ye nyuma ye wonyina pa market bibia ya ban adwuma bia ye hwe ne adentia. It is a mindset, because time na ye wo colonial regime no na akwete say broni adwuma. It yes so broni adwuma de ye mfa nto ye kon ho.
So ban adwuma ye sua enye wo papa de.
And na ye nya independence. We did not re-educate ourselves. So after independence, ye nche broni asibio. Self-government. And I'm saying, yeah, re-engineer your educational system, no, and your switch, yes, abanya juma de yan fan to your con. Intino obia attitude towards abanya juma. It's like
lackadaisical.
Lackadaisical. Inti be beer ya bind dear piano, ye shin ye. This is what Black Star experience. Say, can say ye rebranded Ghana. Who is Ghana? What is Ghana? And you're asking your friend Ghana. Sabi opa me nyi nipa wa asase su nyina Ghana asase su nyina mfiri so. Any for netu galamse na asase netu galamse ana se nipa na ewu netu galamse. Hene for na ese aban adwuma. Ye nipa no ana aban adwuma na ese ne ho. So ye ka se Ghana is the people.
Okay.
Say ye niema ko yie ma o man ni yie no. Ye nipa no ye su ni ye ban. Sense ye anya niema yie. Na aban di obi betu ba bi ni amane sika se fa kwaya adwuma we na ensom oman ni nyina wose me de mafa eye nipa no su ne ban eti no, it has to do with reassessing ourselves to see who we are, to understand say we are great people, we are the most hospitable people, we are the ups and downs, you know. Look at the whole continent of Africa and come down to the West African subcontinent. Ghana is the most stable country.
True.
The most peaceful.
True.
We are peace-loving people.
True.
But we need to capitalize on this, our competitive advantage, and be intentional about it. Say, Ghana de ya hohuyo. How are we packaging ya hohuye no? Intentionally and sell it to the world. Oh, Ghana de ya wasumdwe. Am I be bringing asumdwe? Ya asumdwe na ye wono. How are we putting value on it to sell? Ye won me ane. Okwa people China for to me ya package o meduane I export no all over the world. So people want to go to Chinese restaurant. Japanese ayo mo de. Mo atu ni din sushi. People go around just want to go and eat at sushi bars. What are we doing to our wache?
Yeah, people love the
our
sushi.
our kelewele, our gobe, our jollof rice. We have so many food, and they are very nutritious. How are we packaging them so as to be able to say, so be friends a hotel or Ghana? We are Ghana in Abako no pana breakfast. Also, we serve only English breakfast. Are you English? How are we packaging our house akuku? Any Tom Brown, so these are the things that we need to be intentional about, because nobody will develop this country for us. Nobody will save this country but us. God has given us everything. So Black Star Experience, is we are rebranding Ghana through culture, arts, and tourism. And the most important thing is, if we say culture, what is culture? Culture is everything that makes us. So you cannot rebrand a country through culture, arts, and tourism without touching the mindset of the people. Right now, a lot of Ghanaians, there's no love of country. There's no patriotism. Why? Because we don't even teach it in schools. So Black Star Experience, say maybe we are commissioning some people to write books about patriotism. What it is to become a Ghanaian. What it is to even call yourself a Ghanaian. Why would you have to sacrifice for your country? So some of these things, no be na beka cho say spend it on made in Ghana. No be na beka cho say koto aduane dia, eat Ghanaian food, wear Ghanaian clothes. And who say Ghana ni investment no for juma, don't go and collapse the business. Support it, man, grow. Not to me fa binom nka ho. Right now, oko business community now, major problem they say staff, Ghanaians' attitude towards work. Offer the juma, the next thing I will how fast can I dupe you and get my money and go? So now, don't be shocked if I tell you, say, a lot of investment across Ghana are Ghanaian businesses. They will rather bring an expatriate to lead the company. Meaning houses are almost francophone from Bangladesh and the Philippines just to come and do domestic work because of our attitude. And it all boils down to culture. See, so we need to understand, say the Black Star Experience is not an event. It is a 365 days way of life. When people compare the Black Star Experience to Beyond the Return. It's not right, because Beyond the Return is an event. It happens in December. But way of life happens every day, every minute, every second, your thought, everything that you think that is impinged on Ghana, and you trying to strive to do your little bit to shine the Black Star, you are contributing to the Black Star Experience. So it's not going to be an Accra thing. We want to make sure that the rebranding affects everybody everywhere in Ghana. So
but Uncle Rex, is this possible? Because the Awuki, it looks like an old national orientation at DBI. If the people don't want to change, what do we do? I think Jacob H. Abilamte tried it. If my memory serves me right, Ministry of Tourism and National Reorientation. Yes, we still litter our environment, and into that man that your best is so much no mundo no munti and near who has answer tonga di.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. I mean, changing of an attitude or mindset is not an overnight stuff. But you see, there are certain things that brings us together. Like the only time you see Ghanaians will be when we are playing football, when we are doing concerts, when we are doing carnivals, when we are doing festivals. So that is why, in His Excellency's own friends, wisdom, or say, let us do this through culture, arts, and tourism, because the young people, they love culture, arts, and tourism. And in so doing, no, when festival now, see Ghana festivals now, who traditional clothing and as for now if say His Excellency say fashion show on our crowd, he will be on the runway, catwalk, So all these things now will bring our identity, will let us start to believe in ourselves once again, gradually. gradually. It's not going to be overnight. So the festivals, the events, the projects, what Black Star experience, some of them will help to reorient us. It's not going to be easy, but it must start from somewhere.
And I'm told you have some 7 thematic areas.
Yes.
Can you take us through?
We have 7 pillars. Let me talk about our strategy before I even go to the 7 pillars.
Okay.
Our strategy is we amplify the existing platforms and programs and events and interactions, or we create the non-existing ones.
Either you amplify
or we create.
Okay.
So this is our strategy, and 7 pillars. We start from our film and visual storytelling. Ghana ha ye stories bebre odopa. Me see there be make say any compound house in Ghana a whole movie.
That's true.
Every day in every compound house in Ghana is a whole movie. So see a soap opera. You benya bebre from our own way of life, day-to-day lives. Why have we sat down allowing other people to do their soap operas, flood it on our television screens, and now we've gone even ahead speaking tree. So you know what so the thing say, you show anchorophobia where your television so they are not like us. And now you bombarded almost visuals ni bibia to your money and nananom. They will grow up losing confidence in themselves and believing in the white person or the white colored person say, oh, you're superior. Why can't we have actors, we have filmmakers, why can't we support them and come out with policy so that we can do our own soap operas that has to do with our own lives? Yesterday, why have we left it? So and this must stop. And it must stop not just by talking, it must stop intentionally by action. Untuinka say Ghana you spend it, say a friend say 400 million the import rice. Now what you can't do it that way. Answer now be chomuno. Support to Ghana farmer no ndia money be. Ondia Ghana more. And this would me do 10% now. No reduce importation no. Next year 20%. No reduce kakran assessment. That's why I'm saying it's not going to be overnight, but it must start from somewhere. We must start the conversation. We must start talking about it so that people's awareness will be drawn. So no, we are drifting.
So with the 7 pillars, pillar 1 we discuss is film.
Yes.
With the strategy, amplification or creation.
Yes.
Into film, no, are we amplifying or we are creating?
Film, no, we are going to amplify.
That'll be amplified.
We are going to amplify, and we are also going to help in creating the enabling environment for us to have training of our filmmakers and then actresses and actors and all that, the filming ecosystem. That is the reason why we are facilitating for Hollywood standard studios to be built in Ghana with the educational aspect of it.
You are doing that?
Yes, we are doing that. And
have you started or are you still on paper?
If I say we are facilitating, we've gone very far. We've gone very, very far. And this is private capital driven because, the creative economy is driven by private capital. So we want, as long as I remain the coordinator of Black Star Experience, and based on what I know in Ghana, every project that you do, is sustainable, making sure that private capital is involved and private management is involved.
Okay.
Because that is our strategy. Whatever it is that we want to do, it is either purely private or PPP, so that it can be sustainable. Because we don't want to create projects that next government comes and turn it down. So that's.
Let's pick another pillar.
We are talking about audio, music, sound, traditional phonography. So we have to redefine what our music is. We sit down because we are not aware. We sit down for our own high life as it's being modernized. Beats at once. So now you see a Ghanaian musician playing high life and calling it Afro beats.
Giving the credit because the mindset is so can say high life. They say a Kolobi is not
It is a
attractive. It's
mindset.
not. But I say Afrobeat. That's you are more interested.
It is a mindset.
Yeah, that's a mindset.
The person who
But
created.
it's the same sound.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same person who created Afrobeat, Fela and Nicola Pokuti. He came to stay in Ghana.
Yeah.
What's the mission I say? He started. He was playing high life. He came here in Ghana with his Kola Labitos. And Obe Kreti, a friend say Afrobeat. He took the high life into jazz. What's I say? And now Nigerians being smart about these things, realizing say, oh, there be I can say high life, Ghana, high life. Meanwhile, high life no Bobby, but don't be free her. So they decided to use Afro beats and add S to it.
To
own it.
And they are running faster
And
than
now
us.
they are running faster.
And we are now
intentionally. And now you start mimicking them.
So you will reset this mindset.
Now you see Ghanaian artists trying to sing like Nigerians.
True.
Because we have not been intentional about anything. And then when you're careful, when you talk about it, you get insulted. So now we have become subservient to. But yes, so we are resetting. And we can't reset with just math. We have to reset intentionally with actual actionable steps that needs to be done. And that is what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has set out to do. So then we go to our cuisine. Gastronomy. Yenuane. How are we sitting down just like that? A time about we say your friend say, watch your crown the critique. Oh yes. Just like it's been done to us. You're careful about Nasisa, Mobia Becassa watch on the critique. Ghana for Yakupon domain so much, but we need to be aware of ourselves. We need to be intentional. Copy no adore dodo. That is why I use the word everything Ghanaian is not good enough for the Ghanaian. And we need to start to change that. I've seen a lot of Ghanaian creatives or be creating pabwa, no, they made in Italy. Why?
Yeah, because mindset is a free tell there, Papa Ghana.
Thank you.
It's not.
So it's a reflection of people who don't believe in ourselves. But the Ghana I know, we used to be very proud people. A day now happy, I must say, I say, Bibiano, a day now we are attributing it to somebody else. It is a narrative that needs to change. We need to start talking about some of these things so that we embrace who we are. And that is the only way we can develop. So then, then you go to our aesthetics. Photography, design, contemporary design, imagery, painting, sculpture. It is only in Ghana. And I send me a musician. Me will be bet me a fundaka like a microphone. It is only in Ghana. Go to Teshi. It's there.
Yes. It's all over.
How are we capitalizing on all these things?
Okay.
And market. You see, so we have a whole lot of things to do.
When I see those things, I admire them. A king dies and they do it as a stool.
Exactly.
A journalist that they do it as a pen.
You know, so
and I've been wondering that a sex worker will die.
This is unique to us.
Well,
this is unique to us. So we need to be proud of these things and then help amplify them. To the extent that maybe through other countries or even other some of these things or copy us, you know. Then we come to fashion, right from our fabrics, the kente weavers. When him said the same material now they smoke, no. Do you know it's a kente? It's another form of kente, but it's the northern type of kente.
Sure.
Then you have the Ashanti type, the Akan type of kente, and you have the Ever type of kente, and they all have their similarities. This is unique to us. How are we protecting these things? How are we even converting the kente designs into leather? So that we can also do leather jackets if we want to export a kente design, because people love the designs. So there are some of these things we need to be
intentional and deliberate about it.
You know, then you come to pillar 6, literature. Our books, we're just talking about books. We have serious intellectuals who are writing serious stuff, but we are not amplifying them. People get up and they talk about Chinua Achebe.
Yeah.
But what about Amartya Edu?
Yeah.
What is stopping us from us to also highlight, put these people on the pedestal for
And
people?
correct. So I didn't mean TSL because when we were in school, most of our books were Nigerian books. So, Nana, do you remember the Ogundekpe series?
Yeah, Ogundipe
Practical
and
English.
Tragedo, yeah.
Even when it comes to math, it was always Akinyola, a Yoruba writer.
I don't,
Literature.
I don't understand whether it is a deep-seated envy that is eating us up.
Envy of ourselves.
I
or
don't
what?
understand.
I mean, because
that is why I say
I should
everything
have-
Ghanaian is not good enough for the Ghanaian. Ghana and Kwani Omaya, we are afraid, we are shy to project.
Uncle Rec,
one of
literature,
us.
dear Hammy, because I did literature in secondary school,
You know?
okay? And I'm surprised I wrote Ngugi Watongo, a Kenyan, and then I wrote Ola Rotimi, a Yoruba man, and William Shakespeare, a white man. The monarch, where they get, meanwhile, there is a Yukwe, kind there is, I mean, all of them.
Exactly.
I know them in Tiasi.
So, as I said, TSA, because that is the reason why the Black Star experience has
No,
become
it's
very
painful,
important.
Uncle Rex.
It's very, very painful, especially if you are a proud Ghanaian like I am.
What
Because
is it?
I believe say Ghana Hano, we are the most. Look, when we come to this African continent, don't forget we are the first sub-Saharan African country to gain our independence. We are smart people.
Of course.
Very, very smart. Go out there and see Ghanaians are position almost in serious places and the things they are doing there. But I don't understand, say, with all these brilliant human resources that we have, brilliant lawyers, brilliant engineers, brilliant academics, and still we see ourselves differently. We don't embrace Ghana and the Black Star that we are. So that is why it is important that we do what we're supposed to do to remind ourselves who we are, the Black Stars, to shine the Black Star. Then the last one is our culture. Where in this African continent that you can say culture is bubbling than Ghana. Right from our Hogbechocho, the Homo Walls, the Abuachers, the Ojuras, even our traditional festivals alone. Who is writing the stories behind them?
No, nobody.
See, so we need to understand the stories behind these festivals
Nobody.
and put them in perspective. Help to
Nobody.
structure these festivals
Nobody, Uncle
and
Rex.
highlight them. Recently, we had Otunfo celebrating Akwasi Day at the Buckingham Palace. What did we do? Nothing. This should have been a big platform for us to shine the Black Star all over the world. But we did nothing because we are not intentional. We are not ready.
No, we are not intentional.
At all.
When I was a young reporter, the Nigerians used to come and pick Ghanaian journalists to attend the Calabar Festival in Cross Rivers. And we'll come and write about it. We'll come and promote it.
You see?
But you see, anyway.
So this Black Star experience rebranding thing is a national endeavor. It's not some one-man show. President Mahama is leading the charge, telling us that wake up. You've been sleeping for long. Wake up and embrace yourself, and let us show the world the Black Stars that we are. That is all it is
Okay.
about.
In case you just tuned in, this is the best entertainment show on OK 101.7 FM. The guest is the man himself, Uncle Rex Omar. These days, you know, we call him more Rex Ozumafo because of the official position as the presidential staffer and Black Star Experience. He's the coordinator for it. And I mean, even at the Jubilee House, Rex Omar. I'm sure that is what everybody would call. I bet you also. But you do a lot of culture. You've listened to Rex,
Sure.
I mean, speak. I don't know how to call the interview, if it's excitement or with pain, because he's saying exciting things, but yes, he's saying very painful things. I don't know where I want to pick you from then. Answer that, then he continues.
The man has actually mesmerized me, you know. I don't even know where to begin
pick you from.
He seems to be on top of the job he is doing. He is not today's man.
No.
He came into prominence way back in the 80s. In fact, he hit the top in 89. He didn't start from 89, no. But even when he hit the top in prominence, and Kasano, that was way back in 89. And he has gone through till today. Minyom Halifax, I say, who is small boy? What in your way? Would only why?
Oh, no, you bully us too much. Was there a song like that, Uncle Rex?
That was my first hit.
Hey!
It was banned on radio, actually.
Yes. This should be part of the book. This story should be part of Uncle Rex's book. Really? Nana, who's watch you? You know, my generation, we don't know this.
The guy is legendary, and there are so many special things about him. Sammy Cantrell said even his birthday was the same day Bob Marley was born. Will you believe it? It is a new passage now Shiano for the first time, so close. I mean, you have a lot to actually learn.
Man, you've said it. That is it. Mm-hmm. This man is a story on his own.
Sure.
Why should the average Ghanaian know more about Fela and Nicola Bokuti more than Rex? I don't get it. There is a problem.
There's a problem.
You.
Okay, so no the obey. He'll do his best, and I'll see after I'm dead and gone. I want him to know, say, death there will be, but even after he's dead, he won't be gone, because Nyama they are there that will remain indelible on our minds for years to come. Or can be being to say we've played lip service to this thing for too long, and it is true,
sir.
Yeah, no. And I gonna best and I gonna yen but we seem not to be to hold the bull by the horn. Me problem no one. See lamenti the problems as to why the Ghanaian is not proud of himself. The Ghanaian is not taking what actually nature has given him and forge the way forward. So many Halifax can't be brave. There was a day I was on top of this condition overhead bridge. Commission market in any horn, fly a fruit bridge, and I saw this young man more movie either Mali or Niger. You could see that they just came fresh not too long ago. They were taking selfies on top of the bridge, just as somebody would do when he gets to Hamburg or New York or the sending Chrome for
Carnation Bridge,
you and
to them it's an attraction point.
Oh yes,
Carnation Market. But to us,
a dear committee one, Mrs. So Ghana nature say, Yankasa Yanguya Hunimas is how. They were so proud that they were taking pictures to send to their people. Rex can be or see copy no doors and do. Halifax. I didn't Ghana and Kwana ye war Russia and ye war Gigi and ye war Middle East and ye war. Why are we copying cities that I mean I think I'm making sense here.
Yeah, well, Israel.
You were Israel. You're in Ghana. You are Papa. In Ghana. Even up and coming communities now. I feel na real estate for a building crano. But you are near to Sun City, Royal City, Millennium City,
Solaric Courts.
Wow, yeah. You see, streets cry be wo dia ye di ma wo mo. I think it also started from our independence struggle, no? But abrofo din no so doso. The other day I went to Medina New Road side ho. All the streets there are Mexican names.
I say no, and you to say some names like Mango Street, Purple Lane.
You see, because
but there was a prominent Ghanaian in
flowers, that. So flowers be Orchid Street in the Inti Uncle Rex, you really have an uphill task.
Wallahi.
But I'm happy to say it is doable. Because the most difficult thing in life is how to change the mind of a person. Stretch away, you can change, but to change the mind of a person, something. Halifax, see, awards, TGME. We always want to copy what the US has done or how the US is doing it. There is very little Ghanaianness about it. we are dressing a yedi call her no money account. We just intina okay say copy no doors no. I just wrote it down quickly. It is very true. But the answer is that we have a proud Ghanaian who is in the seat, sitting behind the driver's wheel, and he is ready to take us to the next. He knows what. When I went through the, blaster experience, the first thing that came to mind is they have a strategy and they have tactics. These people are serious.
He knows
where they have strategies, and then under the strategies,
they have tactics. And he's explained them before he even came to the pillars.
Yeah, before he came to the execution pillars, So I think so.
Anyway, that was Nene Benete Akwaku, veteran journalist, and Samuel Frimpong, editor of the Republic Press, sends me a message. Halifax, tell Uncle Rex that our national orientation efforts are always hampered by inconsistency. With each change in government, initiatives and policies are often abandoned or rebranded, and this disrupts progress and undermines long-term development. But I hope this Black Star experience works. Anyway, don't forget to play me Abiba. Abiba was with Trot driver's choice. It blazed loudly in every Trot speaker. Oh, Samuel Frimpong. Why didn't you play his gospel song, Ma Baba? Why Abiba? Anyway, Uncle Rex.
Halifax, I want to say something about the Minuano graphic. President Mahama is very, very, very particular about this Black Star experience. And the day of launch, can I say this project will supersede governments. It must be something that
has come to stay.
And then must be embraced by every Ghanaian.
By Ghana and not political parties.
This has nothing to do with political parties. It has to do with us for once.
But Uncle Rex, will that also not depend on their approach?
The approach is, and that's exactly what we're doing. For example, Omano Mususu said this is beyond return rebranding. No. Beyond return will be amplified. No way. President Mahama is emphatic. It will be amplified. That is why we say amplify and create. So the already existing programs are then here per more. So why do you kill the already existing one? Year of return or beyond of return has not contributed to this country. It is documented that during those days, it brought over $1.9 billion into our economy. And Black Star Experience, we are saying that if we are intentional and be serious about this thing, between this time and 2027, 2028, it will generate over $5 billion into our economy.
Did you say B as a
billion?
USD
into this economy.
$5 billion.
It is very, very practical because we've done research. We've compared other countries like Ghana. I go through this tangent and what it is doing to the economy. All we have to do is to be intentional and be serious about it. But if we play lip service, then lip service will play us.
Okay, so you are in government, you have the policy, you've explained it, but you need everybody. So those of us listening, what should we do? Yes. So what do we do? How do we support?
So right in the corner where you are a journalist. So as I speak to you about Black Star Experience, you carry it up, because at the end of the day, no policy or national policy, and I be the light of the day if media is not really at the center of it. That is why even a day before the launch, we gathered the media, did a whole presentation to them for them to understand. Say, this is not an NDC MPP thing. So get to understand the direction we are going, ask all the questions, so that when we go and launch, you know exactly what we are launching. So when you sit on radio, you speak to it. Because the Black Star is in the flag of Ghana, not NDC or NPP.
It's not is it the eagle head? It's not the one in the Katamanso.
No.
It's also not the elephant.
It is in the red, gold, green, and the black that is in the middle. That is me and you.
I have some 8 minutes to do this. Uncle Rex, how decentralized is this? Somebody is in Ifutu, somebody is in Konongo, somebody is in Keta. How do they, take part in this?
So we're going to do something that we call stakeholders engagement. We're going to travel breadth and length of the country to gather people, opinion leaders, media people, cultural advocates. Now I explain what the Black Star experience is. It's not going to be a 9-day wonder. We will go round and round regions, then we go to districts and whatever, and then based on the for example, your programming, we are spreading it across. So if it is an event to be a person baku Accra, baku beko Tamale, baku beko Volta region, baku beko, so that it doesn't become an Accra Kumasi thing. In terms of infrastructural development, if it is about projects, say to me, could see a film studio or one regional. Yeah, the another project back another region. We need to do it this way so that it brings the national cohesion. So be able to feel part and parcel of the Black Star experience. It must be a watchword. That will be ano. You are a Black Star. Whichever way you can shine that star a little bit. We shine over there kakra, my shine me there kakra, and then I shine in there kakra. Then together we will make the impact.
Nana, you know the problem. If you've not traveled to compare, you can know a bad dinner or you get what I mean. I got lost in Berlin one day, and any other person who sees you about a year or more way of life that to direct you.
Yeah.
I don't know how. So I said, that is how they've been trained. So once they realize you are a visitor and you don't know your way, they hostage, links, hostage, whatever, they'll quickly direct you. You go to other parts of the world and they have some subimpi will say, look, yabaha. Aesthetics. I mean, if you take a picture of the developed parts of Accra, you won't even know, is this Accra or New York or where? But look at the Asians. Once you take a picture, anywhere in Brazil, no, this is Brazil. Even, but if you've not gone to see to compare,
Thailand and
So you see why President Mahama is very, very, very intentional in rebranding Ghana through culture, arts, and tourism, because what you're talking about has to do with architecture, designs. The other time I went to Morocco, I was like, oh, Usi, when you've been a baker, so this is a Muslim country. Casablanca, a dining in white.
Exactly.
Marrakesh, a dining in it is and chuma.
Exactly.
And it's like they've done that intentionally, and it makes them unique. So these are some of the countries are almost a brand.
They've taken advantage of what they have.
So we share a nipa visit Morocco every year. Buy one. Not because they're special.
No.
Because they have been intentional. We have to do same. And we have so much to show the world when it comes to culture, when it comes to culture, tourist site, when it comes to everything. We have so much. Only that I think Nyankopon Israel too much. Why am I gold? Why am I timber? Why am I cocoa? There are countries that all they have is their beaches, but they've been able to market themselves, and tourism alone is taking care of the country.
Beautiful.
In Ghana, dear, we have no business crying and we have no business being where we are. God has overblessed us. We need to come back to ourselves and repackage ourselves and see ourselves the way we want the world to see us.
Nana, this is one of the saddest interviews I've ever had. My heart is very, very heavy. Listen, I went to Grenada, then I did St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Barbados. Do you know what they have? A story about how the slaves were dumped there and then the sea. And I'm like, is that all? A story about slave trade and the sea. Yeah. And that is their number one earning for their country, revenue and tourism. We have the stories and the seas and the mountains and the valleys and the animals and the culture.
We don't have the stories. We are the stories. We are the stories.
You get what I mean? And when you go and say you are from Ghana, you are from Ghana. And then, but
when you say Ghana anywhere in the world, Ghana, Nkrumah, Abedi Pele,
exactly.
You see, so it is clear that if we become intentional about this country and what God has blessed that with, trust me.
But instead of we as a people doing this thing to create jobs for the people. We are interested in who has dashed who dollars, and we'll discuss it for 1 month, and then we have a problem. And then now they say go and learn white scholar job and learn what do they call those? They are political administration, and then we are still broken. But this is the tourism he's talking about. This is an NDC man who is saying that look, even the beyond the return year, this is the figure able to generate. The money was spent here.
You know?
Uncle Rex, Yampong. Yampong Amenya BP. But congratulations, I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
I'm not sure, Melo. I believe there are many other Ghanaians out there who are willing to support.
Yes.
Who appreciate what you are doing. Where is the secretariat? I mean,
the secretariat is at the Jubilee House.
Say to me, baby.
Wait me, baby.
Oh, David,
no, hold on.
Scan your card.
Let me clear this myth. Your secretariat, no. Any baby, I best scan your car. Cross first.
Military
stop now. The next gate on your right.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
You know,
okay.
Our offices are opened.
It's even before the hospital.
Former
COVID.
What are the opening hours?
We start work at 8.
Oh, normal official
work. But because of your passion, you know, sometimes 6 o'clock people are in the office. It me free 1 hour 9, 10 because we have a lot of work to do, a lot of work to be done, and we need everybody's support. This is not one man's show, and our office was set up not to duplicate anything that is already in existence. It was set up to actually coordinate and amplify, and there are certain friends opportunities bia yebehu bia obihu. So we are able to bring it to bear, and then when you have the opportunity in a bar, if there's an implementing agency, we will route it through you. For example, this movie or film studio that is going to be built through our facilitation. Obviously, it cannot be done without NFA. Exactly. So it will have to be routed through them. We need to do things in such a way that as a country, we can show the world that we know what's up and we are ready to play. We are ready for business, and we are ready to blow our trumpet the way we want to blow it. Not because if you don't write your own story, somebody will write it for you, and they'll write it the way they want it, and that is what we want to avoid.
Uncle Reza, there's 12, but I'll still give an opportunity if there is something you want to summarize, something you want to add, and then we I want us to do this often, even if not you yourself. If there is a PR spokesperson, at least once in a month, let's talk about the Black Star experience, what they are doing, because you see, that is how we can also put fire on your feet and hold you to task. Sometimes you got one
whole media team.
Once you know the media is monitoring, and we'll be calling. So anyway, anything you want to say before we say goodbye to you, Uncle Rex?
I want to thank first and foremost His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, first for his vision for this country when it comes to the rebranding through culture, arts, and tourism, and also for the first time in history of Ghana, he appointing a lot of creatives into the creative ecosystem in government, and also the confidence when you womimu na was setting up this secretariat at presidency say mentra hona mensom medanase na me Ghana fo nyina say nyansa ni nipa ba ko trim obia owo adwenkyere bia office so opese ode beboa yen ema Ghana afa ne ntoma pefra bia no our offices are open ye de ahobrase be welcome na yakeka ya adwene abom na kwan bia ye man ne be fa ne ntoma pefra titu se de be ya be create nyuma ama mabunu ewo Bible mu Deuteronomy ho ba bi Yakopon Bible say na me di wo yiedie ahye wa mamre ene wo kasa mu wo yiedie your prosperity me di ahye wa mamre ene wo kasa mu. If we really want to develop as a country, we should not joke about our culture and our languages. Meda obi ase.
Yes, yeah, that's it. That is the man himself. He's a vibe to talk to. The man, he never grows old. I mean, in attitude, in looks, everything. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he drinks human blood. That guy is maintaining a great body. They be at the man also. Uncle Rex, officially known as Rex Osuma for presidential staff, coordinator of the Black Star experience, has come to elucidate, give us some beautiful education on it. And finally, he says, yeah.
So be person reach here and your office. Your number is 0244 7061 86. 0244 7061 86. Ofra Jifa Agbetepene Obekasa. No, a director. No, Waba.
0244 706186. That is the number for the Black Star Experience Secretariat. You know, Nyami Shamo Bibri for listening to the show. We'll do this again with Uncle Rex sometime very soon. Nene Benete Ako, my own man, I'm a Shena say Juman. Of course, today I had a full team. The Virgin lady called Adele, David Pablo, Benjamin Comsane, and the man who hates Solly, DJ Togza. Yeah, can I call Peace 104.3? And I'm for the midday news. Makramo.
Video no saying